Peace. Happy Sunday. Good afternoon. Good evening, actually. And welcome to Dictation. So, I was on this dating site again, Coffee Meets Bagel, and just what they do is they send you a list of 21 selections, and then you either like them or don't like them, and then I guess they send those selections, 21 selections with you included, and then they see if you swipe right or swipe left, and then if you swipe on somebody who swipes on you, then it opens up a chat for about 7 days, and then you can decide if you want to get acquainted with this person or not. So today what had happened was I I linked up, and I wasn't gonna hit her up right away. I was gonna go ahead and wait till tomorrow to hit her up, but then she hit me up. So I'm like, okay, all right, cool, what's happening? So we talking, chopping it up, and she asked me the question that triggers me, right? The question that triggers most men: what do you do? Now, when you're asking me what do I do, man, I could pop, I could break, I could freestyle, I could beatbox. What do you mean, what do I do? We know what she means. She means, how do you make your money? But that's not what she says. She wants to make it sound like, well, I'm just asking you what you do. It doesn't have to be about money. But see, my thing is, I know that if I answer the wrong, if I give her the wrong answer, or if I give her an answer that equates a small amount of income, she won't ask about the income. She'll assume that my income is what it is, or what she thinks it is based on what I do. And then she'll judge me and then either continue talking to me or move on to the next dude in her inbox. Because we know that if she's halfway decent, I'm not the only dude that hit her up. You know what I'm saying? It's a couple other cats that had a little something in there. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was on my face, but it wasn't. It was on my screen. So anyway, she know that it's gonna limit. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna limit. So, but my thing is, I asked her, well, how much you weigh? She still ain't got back to me. You know what I'm saying? But ain't that a blip? So think about it. And I was talking to one of my homeboys, one of my MTL homies, you know what I'm saying? And I was asking him, letting him know, you know what I'm saying, what I felt about it. I didn't say I was going to make a little video or nothing, but I was just asking him, you ready to board? All right, cool, yeah. Oh yeah, Anyway, so I was up there like chopping it up with her, you know what I'm saying, and trying to figure out what the goods was. And then she asked me what I do, you know what I'm saying? And so I told her what I did, you know what I'm saying, but I was kind of modest, you know what I'm saying, because I didn't want to sit there and sound like I was showing off, you know what I mean? But I asked her how much she weighed, and she still hasn't got back to me. But like I was saying, we know that when they ask us what we do, they're really asking us how much we make, because they want to know how much they can take. It's hypergamy. They want to know how much extra money we have, so that they can see how much they might be able to benefit, or if they can ask us for certain things. You know what I'm saying? And it's funny. It's like, like I said, I was talking to one of my brothers today, and I was letting him know where I came up with the origin of this question. And that was, as a child, I was curious quite inquisitive, and I would always ask people questions. So one day I asked my grandmother how old she was, and she told me that it's not polite to ask a woman's age. I'm like, that's not fair. You know how old I am? I was like 5. You know what I'm saying? But she wouldn't tell me. She knew I was 5. That wasn't fair. Why is it okay for her to know that I'm 5, but I can't know that she's 50 or 60 or however old she was? Okay? And all I was trying to do was see what the difference was between her and my parents, so that I could figure out, you know, when I should be trying to make children. This is what I was thinking at like 4 or 5 years old. But anyway, she told me that it's impolite to ask a woman her age. I thought she was being a hater, so I was just like, you know, because what it was, I wanted the information, she would give me the information. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna ask somebody else. So I asked my other grandma. I forget, that's why God gave us 2. So I asked my other grandma, so Grandma, how old are you? She said, baby, it's not polite to ask a woman's age or her weight. Now that was something new. I wasn't worried about how old she was, because I wasn't trying to pick one of these women up. I was only like 4 or 5 years old. So I was just asking how old you were, because age registers to a 5-year-old, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, all right, so you're not going to tell me that, and then you're going to give me something else that I can't ask. All right, fine. So I went on through life worrying about asking women their age. I'm like, does this apply to teenage girls? Or just women? Because I didn't understand, because my thing, why does my grandma want to hide her age from me? I'm not trying to get at my grandma, you know what I'm saying? So, but as I got older, I started to learn and understand that it was just a woman thing. It's a woman's insecurity, because women know that men want them based on their youth and their fertility. And that has a lot to do with their age and their weight. You know what I'm saying? So, a man who finds that a woman is infertile or out of her, past her prime, he won't consider her. And women know this. Just like if a man is in the wrong tax bracket, a woman won't consider him. And we know that. But there is no, you can't ask a man what he does or how much he makes. There is no question that a woman isn't supposed to ask a man. There doesn't exist. Why doesn't that exist? Why is that a double standard? See what I'm saying? But it's funny that, I mean, how many men ask women what they do or how much they make? You know, think about this, men. How many times were you trying to date a woman and you asked her where she worked because you wanted her to know how much was in her pocket? When's the last time you asked a woman how much she made? I've never asked a woman where she worked and how much she made. Let me rephrase that. I've asked a woman where she worked, but that was only because I might want to pick her up for lunch. But I never asked her how much she made, because a woman's income is never on a man's mind. If a man is a real man. Forget all that. If a man is about his, if he has his own gravitas, you know what I'm saying? If he by his own self, you know what I'm saying? If he earned his own stripes, he ain't worried about what a woman makes, because he knows he can handle his business. You know what I'm saying? But I just find it funny that there are questions that men are not allowed to ask women, but there are no questions that are off limits for women to ask men. So fellas, maybe we should think of a few questions that we should all universally agree that women shouldn't ask us. You know, especially when it comes to them being able to find out how they can properly apply their hypergamy. You see what I'm saying? Like, we should really sit down at the next Manosphere meeting, MGTOW meeting, Men's Rights Forum or whatever, you know what I'm saying? We get down, next time Jordan Peterson comes to town or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And huddle up and figure out, man, look, we got to figure out a universal question so we can just chop this up until they decide that these are questions that we need to ask them, because we need to know how much they weigh in case we need to carry them through the threshold, right? I mean, is that what we're supposed to do, carry them over the threshold? You know? Because at the same time, what can a woman bigger than you do for you and the children outside for occupy the zombies while you and the children escape? So, you know, but anyway, not to sound like a hater, but that's pretty much all I wanted to say. And like I said, it's been a while. It's been a couple weeks since I dropped one, and I want to just hit y'all up and let y'all know what I was thinking. You know what I'm saying? And you know,